kids. So that's why I sometimes, like, the first word comes out of my head is like my kids. I think I started because they're so tiny and they're representing my kids to me. And then they're so, I think, I don't know, they're so tiny. They were like a small size. The first one she chose me, came to my life. It wasn't I choosing her. And then I bought the second one to have a company for the first one and representing both of my kids. So that's why I like Pomeranian. Regulation and construct about how I'm going to be thinking and this and that. You guys can أصلا نمیتونم حرف بزنم. Cut.
Make a break for it.
I'm like fighting with them. If I'm planning to get any more puppies, maybe if you move in with me. I think my obsession with the snake is over 1,000 years. They were symbol of health, wealth, power, and then you know, like I got like very obsessed about how still they are, but at the same time how powerful they are. And then like there are not so many of them that are not really there to hurt you, and but people are so scared of a snake. It's like their power is just, I feel like, I don't know what's the right word right now. Help me with the vocabulary. It just shines with whatever they are without doing anything special. So one of the reasons that I did the photo shoot with the snake is and of course I was naked. Number one, it was something that I wasn't comfortable with it myself. So being naked in front of all other people that are watching you, and then you being naked and then holding a snake that each one of them is 70, 80 pounds. At the end of the day, I had a couple of 100 pounds holding in my hands. Of course, it wasn't a very comfortable situation. It was my first time doing it, but it was about how I want to be comfortable with something that it was uncomfortable. I want to try out something that is not as familiar, and I still don't want to be afraid of it, and I want to put myself out there and say, this is okay to try, this is okay not to be scared of what people are gonna say, how people are gonna judge you, how people are going to even interpret what you did. So I was okay with the image that I had in my head, and I still want to do it. I want to face the fear. I wanted to face, like, I'm okay with however I'm gonna get judged. I wasn't comfortable, especially with the big one when I was holding it, and especially on top of that, being naked and holding it. So I don't know what is it. I think it is a belief system that we are conditioned with. You know, when you wear clothing, you feel safe somehow. You have this safe environment that you feel like, I have clothes, I am covered, I'm safe. But when I was naked and holding that snake, at the beginning definitely was fearful, but it was so important for me to just like think about it so deeply and then face the fear in my head and then repeating to myself, what is it that I'm scared of? What is it that this snake can do to me? What is it that I'm so scared of that thinking it's not okay for me to be naked in front of the camera? Or what is it that I'm even constricting myself about it? So it was a powerful moment for myself that I'm like, I'm okay about what I did, and I'm okay about how other people are going to see it, as long as I see it in a form of empowering to myself. And then maybe I can be a good example to other people to just face your fear. And that fear can be anything. Maybe it's a public speaking, which was absolutely, to me, just public speaking, or I always was like so scared. I'm like, oh my god, I have accent in my English, or I'm not going to be able to say what exactly I want to say, how they're gonna fully understand what was my intention. And then one day I was like, what is it that I'm afraid of? What is it that I'm scared of? Because at the end of the day, it's me having the fear. With whoever I communicated or I talked to, I'm like, did you fully understand what I had to say? And they were like, yes. And then, so the fear was in my head. Me not accepting myself, it was in my head. It wasn't really that was going on in the scenario. It was me and whatever scenario that I was running in my head, in order not being able to do it. What motivated me to start my business was I want to make sure that whatever I start, I'm in control of how far I want to expand, what is it that I want to practice, and I want to make sure that I'm able to create something that is my creating of what I want it to be. So like in general, I feel like I'm detail oriented. I have my vision and I want the group or the team to perform in a certain way. So, and then I was realizing it's going to be so hard to go to a new company and implement all of this to this new group that they barely know me. So I decided, maybe it's a better idea and that I own it myself and I can do whatever I want. And in general, I'm not a very good, I don't follow direction. So I was like, I always want things my way. I thought it would be so hard to work with other people. And then, so I decided to open my business, and I started with a hospice business. And very soon, I got in love with the fact that I was working with dying people. I was holding hand of patients while they were leaving this world, going to another world, or going to whatever their belief system was. And this transition was so powerful to me, to be able to see death so close, to be able to feel death, to just be so present at the moment that someone closes their eyes and leaving this world, that it just changed who I am and who I was in that moment. And like, it helped me to be very attached to what I want in general in life, and also very unattached to the outcome or to the things or to like a material that I wanted. So it gave me a very good concept of life, very good concept of what is most important for me in life. So that's definitely, it gave me lots of wisdom and knowledge about deep meaning of life. If I want to give advice that if you cannot be a business owner or business leader, then how can you go into a business and be as successful? Make sure you're not replaceable. Because when you're not replaceable, any business is willing to do anything in order to keep you. My advice for people who want to be my advice for the people who my advice for people in order to be irreplaceable. My advice for people who they want to be irreplaceable. Oh my God! Okay, last time. Okay. my advice for the people who they want to be not replaceable at their workplace is, number one, don't work for anybody. When you go to work, you don't work for them. You work for yourself. I don't care you sell water. I don't care you sell anything. I don't care that you are a case manager, you're an engineer, like you are a public relationship, you are a nurse. Make sure you work for your dream. Make sure you work for the fullest capability you have. Make sure that you want to create a way that you work for like your full capability and capacity on that day. You're not working for anyone. And when you work like that, like you just change the world. Like your employer is able to see. Your employer, they're able to see the passion, the hard work that you put in the work, you put into the business, and they're like, this person cares. And because you're working for yourself and you're not working for anyone else, your outcome is going to be perfect. Your outcome is going to be like to the last dot, organized, scheduled, the best outcome. If you're in sales, you're going to be the best salesman. If you're in management, you're going to be the best manager that exists. Is regardless what you do, you're going to be best at it, because you look at yourself and you tell yourself, is this the best I can do? And when you know this is the best that you can do and you put your whole soul into it, I promise you, you are not replaceable. What is the hardest part of being my own boss? I think I have to divide this answer when I started my business and compared to now, because when I started my business, when you're your own boss, imagine there's no one asking you to wake up early, to finish what you need to finish on daily basis, to stay on top of what you said, be man of your own word. So like no one expecting anything from you beside you. So like I had to be a very good teacher to myself, and I had to put myself in a check that says, yesterday I said this, that I'm gonna do this by end of the day. So over my dead body, I will finish what I promised. And I think one of the reasons majority of my clients, when they talk to me, they always say, oh my God, you did what you said, you did what you promised. So I do what I promised, and I realize how much I respect to myself, how much my own word was so important to me. It wasn't because of the promise that I gave to them. It was so important how I saw myself, the respect that I gave to myself, and I want to stay on top of the word that came out of my mouth. And I'm like, I'm man of my own words, and I'm gonna make it happen. So I just try to be super on the check with my own words. When I was becoming smarter than so many other companies, when my company was way more efficient than so many other companies, when I was a threat as a woman, I feel like if I was a man, I didn't have to prove that much a point, but as a woman, I had to stand there and prove that I'm not scared, I'm not weak, you cannot make me scared, and I will fight back. So it was a battle in order to prove that, because maybe sometimes a man to man doesn't need to do that, but proving myself that as a girl, as a woman, like I have all those capability that a man has. I think I had to prove myself maybe double than what a man had to do. Success affected my dating life to a point that I have no more interest to date anymore. So yeah, that's how much. Okay, so I'm going to rephrase this again. How much success affected my dating world? I'm gonna say more and more I learn wisdom. I learn to not bring people close to me and close to my life until, just like an employee, they need to go their first 3 months under probation. They need to go now the next 9 months under the second until the yearly evaluation passes. And I need to know, like, after I do a full evaluation, I'm willing to bring someone close to myself. I'm not willing to just bring people and then compromise, because I'm not gonna compromise for myself, and I love myself and I respect myself so much. And more I learned why it's so important to not compromise and not settle for something that I don't believe in any regards, whether it is dating, not dating, or work. It's about how I see myself and how much I'm respecting myself. Do you want me to did you use the word explain?
Describe.
No, describe. Do you want me to describe my last date? I don't remember it very well. The live one or the one that are dead? Which one? I truly cannot remember. 1 second. My advice to the woman when they come to me for the advices while they're dating is dump them when you see the first red flag. Don't waste your time. Walk away, and don't be scared of walking away. It's better to be alone than drinking poison. That's my belief system, and I will not sit there and watch a red flag and continue. I will either make it very clear, with like very upfront about it, have a conversation about it, why did you do this, or what is this, or if I'm really sure about what I saw, I'm like have no interest to engage, because my loyalty is to my soul. It's not to other people. Like, I need to be very loyal to myself in order to be a good person, and I can't close my eyes. So in general, when someone asks me about financial advice, I think my 90% or maybe 95% of my conversation with people is about financial, or then if it's not about financial, the rest is about the spirituality. But definitely, like, I always promote people to invest, grow, never be comfortable where they are, go learn more, to go participate, hire coaches and hire people that they can give you more wisdom and knowledge about your own business. So I just teach people not to be comfortable with whatever they are and with whatever they do. And I think everyone should grow on a yearly basis. And then I like to be at least 2 times better, at least. Like, I want to make sure I have a major jump every single year. So in the last years of my business, so I made sure every year I opened a new either business, or I achieved a certain degree or the classes, or like there is something major added to my life in order to be a better person or have more knowledge. Or if I was reading 2 books, now I'm learned how to reading 10 extra books in order to grow my brain, to grow my knowledge. Now I have this podcast. One of the things that I'm hoping to get out of it is I want to teach people that the majority of the thing that we know as a belief system, we know as our culture, we know as our religion, we know as day-to-day operating system in our head, I just want to tell you guys, is all illusion and is all just a belief system that you were conditioned with. If you want to change your life, go ahead and change your life. If you think you had trauma in your life, if you think you have a lack of rich parent or lack of luck or lack of whatever is around you in order not to make your dream come true, I want to tell you, that's your belief system that you think like that. And that is absolutely not real, because I was there and I know it. I was there at the moment that I'm like, how I'm going to change their life. I know no one in this country. I have no one to ask advice. I have no money. I'm standing here. I have no idea which direction to go to in life. But you know what? I had to start from somewhere. And I had to start by myself. And I was the only one who believed I can do this. Right at the beginning, when I was talking about my ideas with someone, they were like, look at me, they're laughing at me. So of course no one will support me. Of course no one would believe. So make sure you believe who you are. You brainwash yourself about who you are. If you have any negative thought about yourself, go get a coach, go read books, go to the classes in order to remove that negative thought about yourself. If money makes my life easier, that's a very good question. Money makes my life complicated. Money is a very amazing tool that you can use, but when you have money, people's expectation is somewhere else. It's like now you have this tool and you need to be very accessible to everybody, and it brings its own problem. And then in my day-to-day life, so I come across to so many different challenges, but that is all tied in with the money. But will I stop working for money? I don't work for money, but money is the outcome in so many things, and it's a tool that I like to reach. But not necessarily money brings happiness to your life. If you want to measure your success with money, you're not going to feel happy about what you have built. You need to make sure you're reaching your dream, and along the way, money and financial success, it comes with it. My heroes in my Femme Fatale studios are powerful women that they were able to make themselves from zero, make themselves from insecurities, mix themselves to who they are and save themselves from all the pain that they have been through. Like, I love Oprah. I love Lady Gaga. I love Angelina Jolie. So many females that they went through so much, but they always spoke the truth. And they spoke the truth with love, and they always had love to share. So that's why these women are my, someone like Oprah is one of my top one role model, is because she was always content, she was always powerful, she was always looked at everything with so much deep love, she was no judgmental. So that's someone that I picked as a role model, and I would love to be someone like her. Powerful, strong woman. Misconception about powerful, strong woman: she must be a bitch, right? And as a woman, we can be smart, but we cannot be too smart. And this is not narrowed to certain culture. I think this is worldwide, and regardless, maybe in some countries there is way more constricted, but in general, for a woman to be powerful is a big battle. And then misconception about a powerful woman, and I feel like we are tagged as being a bitch. Also, we are tagged as being difficult, definitely being difficult, too much to handle, my way or highway. So there is lots of negative stigma that comes with it, which sometimes I don't know how everyone handles it, like, but it's definitely a challenge that you have to, like, sometimes, like, I don't think if a powerful woman needs to prove herself, if she is really need to prove to herself to anyone, if I am what you say I am, or I am really who I am. But is in general is a challenge, because public and society will look at you like, why you're so hard to deal with. In a perfect way to start my day, it will be, I start my day with meditation first, then workout, of course drinking my coffee after meditation, and then make sure to review and add over my to-do list per day, and jump in work. One of the things that I really love to do on daily basis is dressing up and dressing up colorfully is one of the highlights of my day. Of course, my number one highlight of the day is my meditation, and my second highlight of the day is dressing up, because it just boosts my mood. It's like it makes me so happy about, like, looking good, looking at the mirror, feel so good about myself, knowing that I did something good for myself that makes me happy, and then just come into work and then deal with whatever else is going on. And then that's starting a day. One thing I realized when I'm always out, and especially when I'm drunk and my sister is not about me, I always talk about my sister. So this weekend, it was like middle of the night, and then I just realized how much I'm talking about my sister when she's not around, and I'm drunk, or I'm like something, and I'm like, I really love you. We are so opposite of each other. It's not even joke. It's like anything I want to do, she says no. And I'm very loud, she's very quiet. I'm very, like, I want to do everything scary. She hates everything that I want to do that is super scary. Like, I feel lost without her. I'm like, I wish she was here so she can complain about all of this. Take me home. I want to say something in the conversation that I had. I think in a type of relationship that you have, and your relationship can be with anything, with your sister, with your loved one, with your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend. I think what is so important in a relationship, as long as you know the deep intention of that person, and then because we all are different. We are different. There is no way, like, I can find someone just like me, or I will expect my loved one to be just like me. But it's important to know the intention of the people who are around you and who are your partners, or they're your loved ones. Because when you know the intention, when you know, like, what kind of role they're playing in your life, then it's okay to compromise. Then it's okay to close your eyes to certain things. So, and that's definitely one of the things that I value so much with the people that I have conflict, but I know their heart and I know their intention. I am willing to go all kind of extra miles for those people.